Welcome to the Greater Joy podcast. I'm Erin.
I'm Jordin.
And welcome to Greater Joy at night.
I was going to say Greater Joy after hours.
After dark.
After dark.
After dark. It's going to get crazy.
It's been crazy.
It's been crazy. I've lost my mind.
I never had it. Never had it.
It's 9:30 p.m. It's time for craziness.
We are two grannies out on the town right now.
Here's the problem.
At the bingo hall.
It's not even... I don't even want to sit here and complain about it's past my bedtime because my bedtime could be anything. We don't know. My bedtime is 3 a.m.
Recently it has been.
Recently it has been. But also it's fast approaching my bedtime, so we'll see how much longer I can be.
But you're also drinking a Celsius.
That means nothing. That means nothing. I can consume any amount of caffeine at any time of day and I will be tired.
That's something's wrong.
I'm a sleepy girl.
Something's not right there.
Yeah, no.
That's not normal.
Look, I have nothing to say for myself. I have absolutely nothing to say for myself. I drank a 911 from Dutch Bros this morning, and then you know what I did? I fell asleep. I took a nap an hour later.
You know what's the most criminal thing that I've ever seen a living human drink?
Huh.
Ethan Parrish drinks 5-hour energies in his tea.
That's insane! Why would you do that?
He'll just pour it in his tea and drink it.
That's insane. The whole point of those is so that you can take it like a shot.
They don't
and just
taste
be done
good,
with it.
do
They
they?
taste really bad.
Yeah, he pours them in his tea, his little Yeti cup.
That's really bad. I've also drank a 5-hour energy drink and immediately fallen asleep.
I've never had a 5-hour energy.
Yeah, well, granted, it was half. It was 75% of one.
Okay.
But then I fell asleep immediately after. And stayed asleep.
Erin, you need to go get tested.
Probably. I'm not well.
No.
But here's the thing, it's not I still need caffeine to function, during the day. It doesn't make me feel awake. It just makes me, be able to think.
It, just is a headache stopper. I've become so, if I don't have caffeine, I'll get a headache, and, I feel it does, wake me up a little bit still, because, if I don't have it, I can definitely feel it in, how I respond to things. Mm-hmm. But it's coffee specifically, I could drink at any hour of the day. But, energy drinks still would wake me up. If I drink an energy drink right now, I'd be up till 4 a.m.
Yeah. Do you think it's more the sugar and stuff like that?
In an energy drink?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I drink, Celsius.
Yeah.
Those don't have, sugar. If anything, coffee would probably have more sugar.
I'm confused about what has sugar and what doesn't. Because how does it not have sugar?
A Celsius just has, the aspartame, fake sugar.
Well, is that still sugar?
No, it's fake.
Here's the thing. I don't understand when something, when something says that it's sugar-free, doesn't that mean it still has sugar, but it's, a different type of sugar?
It's fake. It's not, sugar, it's, supposedly it's, aspartame. I don't know. I'm just making all of this up as I go. But, aspartame, I'm pretty sure is, chemically made sugar, and, sugar that's, everybody says is really bad for you is, sugar, from the earth sugar.
I thought it was the opposite. The chemical sugar is what's bad for you.
Well, the chemical sugar is bad for you, but, apparently the aspartame can still be counted as 0 calories, while sugar from the earth is calories.
But it's still sugar.
But it's not. It's fake.
But it's just
sugar. It's not sugar. It's a sweetener. It's not sugar.
But that's still sugar. I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's a point.
Honey is a sweetener, but honey's not sugar.
Yes, but, if
that's,
you
the
say
same.
something sugar, for the purposes of, this is, keeping me up, or, oh, it's making me, jittery or something, fake sugar is still sugar for those purposes, right? I don't know what the point I'm trying to make is. I'm just talking.
Do we have an expert on this? I don't think we do.
Let's call in the expert. No one knows.
Get him on the phone.
No one knows. I'm sure, maybe I could ask my mom.
Your mom might know.
Should we call her?
If you want to try to call her. Is she up, or is it past her bedtime?
She'll be up, but she won't. I feel like right now she's, doing schoolwork. She's not, in a mood.
Okay. Maybe we'll just consult with her and we'll get the answer and we'll report back.
Yeah, that's true. We'll try that.
We can get her to tell us the answer and then we can try to explain it next week.
Yeah, look, I'm not a scientist.
I've never claimed to be a scientist.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know what sugar is. My mom does know what sugar is.
Well, that's good for her.
She's a science teacher.
Yeah, she has to.
Yeah.
She has to be able to teach it.
She's gotta. She knows what it looks like when it's like a hexagon. You know what I'm talking about? Like the molecules. When you draw hexagons.
It's too late for this.
You know what hexagons are.
I know what the shape hexagon is.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's your favorite shape? We've had this conversation.
As a graphic designer...
Oh, you're a professional.
I like... I like... It's hard to say. Like, I like rectangles.
Like, what type of... Do you like a long ways rectangle or a sideways
rectangles.
You like
good.
sideways rectangles.
It just depends on what it's for.
Well, what's your favorite ratio of rectangles?
I don't know.
Okay.
Never once thought about that.
Well, I thought maybe you did.
No. Anyway, what'd you do this week?
I don't know.
Well, let's start at Sunday. Easter.
This last Sunday was Easter?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I'm just a liar.
Yeah.
No, it was.
Last Sunday was not Easter.
Yes, a week ago. We're filming this on a Sunday. A week ago today was Easter Sunday.
That was 2 weeks ago.
It was not.
Because there was a weekend in between.
There was not.
Yes, there was.
If you genuinely believe that, look at your calendar.
Hey, I'm too scared to. There was no, because what did I do last weekend?
You went home for Easter. I saw you at church.
Last weekend?
Yeah. A week ago today was Easter Sunday.
I have some news for you. Last week was Easter.
I know. I remember.
What's the deal with that? Someone's pranked me.
Where have you been?
Some sort of aliens got in my brain and gave me fake memories.
What have you been doing?
I don't know.
Literally not a clue. What did you do on Easter?
There is nothing in my brain.
Okay, well, what we talked about was you were hoping to make resurrection rolls. Did you get to do that?
No. Charlie made a cake. I didn't get to eat it.
Why?
Because she was still making it when I left. So that was my weekend.
So you watched Charlie begin to make a cake, but she didn't finish the cake in front of you.
This is correct.
Okay.
And
we saw each other at church.
I fertilized the yard, and that was my Easter.
Wow. You saw Maddie?
I saw Maddie. She was normal.
She was Maddie.
Well, she was Maddie. No, she was chill.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she's been chill these days. What? How was your Easter?
It was good. We had all my grandparents and cousins and the fun things. That's really about it, you know.
You know what I did this week? This was this week, I think. Unless it was last week. But I saw Reveille. She was in my class.
This was this week.
Yes.
Because I asked you to take care of my dog. And I brought you the Reveille painting as a thank you. And then the next day you met her.
That was the next day?
Yeah. When you sent me that, you sent it in the group chat. When you sent us that picture, I thought you need her little paw print on the painting. She could have signed it.
I completely forgot about that. Those two events are completely separate in my brain. Mm-hmm. I don't really remember either of them.
It's the next day.
That's crazy. But yeah, I saw her and it was the best day of my life. I mean, like, I've seen her plenty of times, but like I sat...
You were like hanging out with her.
I sat next to her for an hour.
Yeah, like you didn't just see her, you were hanging out.
I hung out with her. Like I was literally right next to her. Every 5 minutes I took a picture of her.
She's a beauty. She's so beautiful.
I am so dead serious. I love her so much. Like so much. I love her so much.
I was just thinking about something really, really weird.
Okay, think about it.
And I don't know if this would be like
this didn't make sense.
A scenario that like really happens or not. But I just want to say like God bless the birds that have her fur in their nest right now.
What?
You know how like birds collect like fuzzy things and soft things for their nest?
Yes, they're living
like,
it up. They're living in luxury.
Solid fur.
Yes.
To put in a bird nest.
Literally the most luxurious.
The queen's fur.
Yeah. That'd be insane. Imagine being that bird. Imagine being that baby bird. You wouldn't even know how good you had it.
No, they would
just be like, this is my nest.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
What they're living with.
Wow. That would be so sad. I saw so many grackles today. Like more than the usual.
Can you explain what that is for the people who maybe don't know?
A grackle?
Yeah.
Is a bird.
What's it look like? So a crow?
No, crows are different. Crows are bigger and they have like bigger beaks and stuff.
Are crows the Walmart birds?
No, those are grackles.
So Walmart birds are grackles?
Yeah.
Well, did you go to Walmart? Because they all live there.
I have to go to Walmart. We've been over this.
The Walmart birds, I guess, are grackles. I didn't know that. I just call them Walmart birds. They have to recharge every night on all the telephone poles outside of Walmart.
Exactly, those are grackles. And I was on campus today and I saw 1 billion of them.
So they flock to Walmart and A&M's campus.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And, like, the females are, like, brownish. Like, they're, like, black, but they're kind of brownish black.
I've never seen them outside of, like, their native habitat is Walmart.
Yes, but you've seen them other places. You've seen them at our Kroger.
I don't go to Kroger's.
Okay. So you've never seen one there?
Maybe an H-E-B. Mm-hmm. Or, like, sometimes, like, outside, like, a Marshall's.
Yeah, I've not been to a Kroger in a million years.
There's a really fancy one by my apartment.
Oh, yeah, I still have never been in it.
Me neither. I just drive by it.
I really have to pee, but I don't think I will till the end of the podcast.
Don't think about it.
Okay.
Just hold it in. I had some notes on my phone, so let me grab my phone because I had some notes of, like, what I actually did this week.
Okay, go get them. I thought your phone was going to be far away, so I was trying to brainstorm how to stall.
Oh, stall for a second.
Oh my gosh, I'm not good at stalling. I also saw Rivoli 9 earlier this week. Oh, she looks ancient.
She's a grandma.
She is a grandma.
Not really.
I don't think
she really is.
My favorite picture of all time is the picture of Rivoli 9 biting that kid. You know what I'm talking about.
Did she have to retire because she bit a kid?
No, she was mean. She'd growl at people. She'd bite people. This Rivoli is sweet. She's a sweetheart.
I thought they had to be nice. They could be mean.
Well, this one was.
9 was mean.
9 was mean. 7, 8, 9, I guess. Something about numbers. That didn't make sense.
The only notes I have on my phone say Easter.
Okay. Check.
And work.
Work?
I went into work.
Okay. How was it?
Good.
Yeah. Goose?
Oh, I just said it was good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the goose.
What? Oh my gosh, yes! Let me tell you all about the goose. There was a little goose in my work. Well, it wasn't like, there's not like goose in my work.
Is there goose in your work?
There's a lady who works in the office with me. I go in once a month. She has goose. And she had one that was disabled. He had no, like, what I understood was he didn't have muscles in his neck. And he couldn't hold his neck up. So it just, like, as a little baby goose, it, like, rested on his back. And she had, like, built him a little neck brace. And it was very interesting to see the goose in my work. I didn't hold it. I was very scared. They wanted me to hold it. But I was like, he's flopping in your hands like a fish out of water. No.
I can't imagine life is like,
Goose.
Do you think he's okay? Like, mentally?
I know
Or is he, like, constantly
Here's what
in
I'll
terror?
say. I know that the lady who has him, she's gonna do everything she can to give him the best life.
Yeah.
Like, he lives in, like, this heated little box right now, and, like, probably lives in her house, and, like, he's gonna be, like, the goose that, like, follows her around on the property.
Can he?
He can walk around. And she said once they get older, they can, like, learn to, like, balance where they don't, like, fall around all the time. His problem is he just doesn't have very long, big wings, so he can't balance himself up right now.
Yeah.
When his head falls and knocks him over.
That's so sad.
But I know the lady who, like, has him, like, I feel like she's gonna try to do everything she can to give him, like, a better quality of life than probably just a healthy goose. Like, he's gonna live he's gonna be one of those TikTok gooses that goes through the drive-thru and gets, like, cups of ice at Dutch Bros or something.
Yeah, I got you.
He'll be one of those.
I know the type.
Yeah.
I know those types of geese.
So, mentally, I don't know how he's doing, but physically, he'll be doing really well.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anything. How many emails is it acceptable to have, like, unopened on your phone? I have a follow-up question also.
Okay, here's what I'll say. On my, like, personal email, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I have 3 different email apps on my phone.
Okay.
Because I have, like, my junk email, which, like, I never open that.
You have separate apps for each email?
Because they're all different, like, to different
okay.
accounts. Like, one's for work. My junk email was, like, the email I started when I was, like, a little kid. And so it was, like, a Yahoo.
Yeah.
So that's, like, where all my junk goes. I never open that. Like, there's probably 50 million emails on there.
Yeah.
My iCloud email, I have, like, all of those notifications turned off. And I don't put that email in anything. So, like, there's probably nothing on there.
Mm-hmm.
And my work email has, like, probably about 100 emails unopened.
Okay. That seems normal. But I think my follow-up question is, like, what does it say about a person how many emails they have unopened?
You know what I mean? Here's what I'll say. For me, it doesn't bother me that you don't open your emails, like, just for the sheer fact of opening your emails.
Mm-hmm.
bothers me when you have the red dot on your phone.
Yeah.
That has 57 million. If your email app is like how the iPhone has like the little far screen where you don't have to see it on any screens.
Oh.
If your email app is over there, I don't care how many emails you don't open.
But then I feel like the email app is so important, like it should be on your main screen. It shouldn't be on the little side.
Oh, mine's
panel.
not.
Really?
No, my main screen is text, photos, whatever the home app is.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's on this. If I don't know
Settings.
what the app is, then it's on the side panel.
And then my work email is in like I have like a work folder that has like all my stuff for work. But then all my other emails are over here because my other emails are like junk emails.
Okay, that's actually a good set. What's your like app setup like? Like, do they go in those subcategories?
Oh yeah, you want me to walk through it?
Yeah, let's have a fun
Okay,
tour.
so on my front page, I keep very minimal. Well, very minimal. But let's start. The bottom 4 apps that are my bottom 4 apps are my phone calls, Safari, Instagram, and music.
Okay, interesting. You're freestyling a lot already.
Okay.
Interesting.
A lot of people have text down there, but for me, I like a lot of times like prefer like first if I'm gonna respond to a text, I'm intentionally gonna go find the app and respond. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll get a text that pops up and be like, oh, I can just call this person to respond real quick. Like 9 times out of 10, I like to call people to respond to them. I just like to be on the phone. Plus, I feel like if it's like something kind of not important, if it's important, I'll probably call. But if it's like something that I just like have, like it's going to be a back and forth conversation, I would just rather call.
Same.
So
the thing is, most people don't. I feel like
I know.
I would prefer to call than text.
Me too.
Because then it's like it's done.
It's done. Yeah. And I'm not worried about did you see it? Did I open it and forget to respond? Because I can do that sometimes. All of that stuff. So that's why my phone's on the bottom. But then on the top screen, I have messages, photos, like the important ones: messages, photos, settings, my like app store, and then like my clock and camera. Mm-hmm. Those are like my top important ones. And then I have like a big Bible verse on the top.
Got you.
My next screen is FaceTime and YouTube. And then I have a widget that's my calendar. So if I have like events, I can see it on there. But then in my categories, I have one for school. So I have like an education one folder. Mm-hmm. I do have one random one that I don't know how it started, but now it's like I know it's like memorized that that's what it is, so that's how it stays. It's like Life 360 and Pinterest are in a folder together.
Okay.
But then I have an extra, such as like random stuff that my phone won't let me delete. Mm-hmm. I have a work folder, a photography folder, so it's got like photo editing apps, stuff like that. A food folder, so that's got like Sonic, Chipotle, my Walmart is in there, Dutch Bros is in there. Chick-fil-A. And then like the apps I have freestyling on the bottom are Be Real and then the 4 games I've been playing.
What games have you been playing?
It's really just 3. It's Jewel Sliding, Hexasort, and I don't want to say the name of the last one because it's called Wood Nuts.
Why?
Because it's a game where like you open it up and you have all these like boards, these planks of wood that are like screwed together, and you have to unscrew them and get all the planks to fall without like blocking and like covering up each other.
Interesting.
It's called Wood Nuts.
Nice.
It's not anything inappropriate.
Okay, I believe you. Do you want my phone tour?
Yeah, give it to me, girl.
Okay, so this is my home screen.
Love it.
We got the Bible verse in the middle, and then we got here's how it works. Here's the general. There's 2 big slides. This first one has apps not in subcategories, and the second one does have apps in subcategories.
Okay.
And the first one is like the social medias and the music and the podcasts and the phone. I mean, not the phone. The camera and the pictures and the email and the Google Calendar and the whatever. That stuff. But then on the bottom, I think this is like the original setup on the 4 apps on the bottom, which is the text, the phone, the FaceTime, and the Safari.
Yeah, that's probably what the OG was.
And then I have a big widget on the second slide that's like goes to a album of all like my favorite pictures, so it changes all the time.
Ooh.
Which I think is fun. And then we have a million like subcategories, like streaming stuff and that stuff and school stuff and food and
one day I'll have
random
to
apps.
get Mitchell to show you his. He has like multiple little like swipe slides or screens. Each one he like got the app that lets you change the cover of your apps to like different colors. So his is color coded.
Really? He does not strike me as the type to do that. Charlie used to do that.
He took the time to do
it.
it.
I don't know.
He took the time to do it one time, and he liked how organized it was, and he's just left it like that ever since.
That kind of scares me.
I'll get him to show you in a minute.
Like, it's nice and it's satisfying, and I get the appeal, but also, how do you find anything?
I can't. If he's ever like, hey, can you do this? Or I'm like doing something on his phone, I have to go like search the app because everything's not in like its original form. It's all in different colors and looks different.
Okay, do you experience this with like your parents' phones or something? Like if their apps are like, it's one app at a time and it's just in the order that they put apps
that it
on
downloads
their phone
in. And my mom does not believe in folders.
Organized.
She does not believe in folders unless Apple gives you a folder for it. And so hers is just like she has a million screens and she has like a million apps because she doesn't delete old apps. She's just got them. And I'm like, Mom, I can't find a single thing on your phone.
Yeah, so if I'm ever like she'll be driving and I'll be like texting for, like, I cannot find one thing.
No, same.
I gotta search for every single thing.
Same. I really do.
It does not matter.
I really do.
I used to have my phone organized, like up until recently I had my phone organized where nothing was in folders, but each like page was
meant something.
Was organized to some degree.
No, I'm a 2-page girl.
I've recently moved into that.
I don't know if I've
seen the light.
I don't think I could do more than that.
Yeah.
Which the new update now, thank the Lord, doesn't force you to. Like you can just have your little library.
What?
Do you not have that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where you have like there are apps that you can put in the library.
Oh, that's the library. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Any app that I don't know what it is, like the home app or the whatever,
and I have like a bunch of extra games that I like randomly go back to, like Heyday,
and stuff that doesn't fit in categories goes there. Like the App Store app goes in there.
Oh, my App Store app's just free
as can be.
Yeah, out in the free fields.
Free fields.
Yep,
that's crazy.
But that was a lot about our phones.
That was very, very personal.
That was personal. The eclipse is tomorrow.
Hey, the eclipse is tomorrow, and I want to go see the eclipse, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, and I'm upset about it.
You have to choose to either see the eclipse or skip your lab.
I'm not going to skip my lab. It's either go to the eclipse or be extremely late to my lab.
You're not going to make it back and be counted present.
Yes, I will. It's just a sign-out sheet. It's just a sign-out sheet.
Then get somebody to write your name on it.
And everything is turned in online.
Then just get somebody to write your name on the sign-out sheet.
We'll see. Honestly, it's going to depend on how many people are skipping that lab. No one's skipping it. It's just...
Why would they not just be like, hey...
Because they hate us.
If everything's optional to do online, why would they not just say, hey, we understand if you want to go see the eclipse?
Because they hate us.
When I was driving back to town, so I went into work on last Thursday, and I was driving back to town Friday, and usually I go like the back roads and like through Waco, but this time I was coming from Cleburne, so I was going on 35.
Yeah.
And I passed every retired old couple in their camper headed to see the eclipse.
Really?
I saw so many folks.
I'm worried about the traffic. It's going to be crazy. Like, I'm worried about the traffic immediately after the eclipse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Monday evening or Tuesday morning.
No. Like, the moment the eclipse ends, that traffic.
I know. That's what I'm like. If you try to go see it, I don't know if you would get back in time.
I don't think I'm going to see it.
Because the traffic coming, like, even if we go, like, to Waco to see it, the traffic, there's going to be a ton of other people from College Station that go. The traffic coming back into town will bottle up at those two little towns right outside of Waco, or outside of College Station.
Yeah.
And you won't make it back.
I'm just waiting for them to put out an announcement, because they might. To
school?
Cancel lab. Just my lab.
Oh.
It might happen.
Well, wouldn't they put that out already? It's almost 10 o'clock.
We'll see. We will see.
I think
it might happen.
Going to lab tomorrow.
I am. But I can hope.
Maybe he'll let you go outside during your lab.
But it's only like 98% here. I want to see 100%.
I know.
There is such a difference between 98 and 100%.
What's the difference?
A lot. 98%, it doesn't like fully black out. It doesn't do the ring, and you still like, if you look at it at like 98%, you still can't like look at it all the way without glasses.
I don't even have solar eclipse glasses.
I have really good ones.
Well, I don't have any.
Okay, well, I have really good ones. So if y'all go to wherever to see it, swing by my house and pick them up.
Okay. Thank you. That's so kind.
Because they're really good. They're like the quality ones.
They're like NASA?
Yeah, like the NASA ones, like the non-cardboard
How'd you get those,
ones.
girl?
My mommy.
Oh, she loves you.
She gave them to me.
Do you just sometimes go stare at the sun with them?
I have. When I first got them, I certainly did. And it's yellow. It's a circle.
It's a yellow circle?
Yeah.
I thought it was more of like an orange.
Well, in the glasses, it's yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have brought them. We could have looked at stuff, like light bulbs.
The moon?
You can't see light bulbs in them.
So what could we have looked at?
Nothing. It's actually nighttime. We can't see anything with them.
Can you see the moon in them?
I don't know. I've never tried. Maybe I'll try tonight.
Try tonight.
Hey, is it going to be rainy tomorrow? Because a week ago, the weather said it was going to be like
There's a chance,
rainy.
I think, of rain.
Imagine my lab gets canceled, and then I go all the way to wherever
And
to
then
go
it
look at the
rains!
clips, and then it rains. I would freak out. I would actually still have a good time. That's the thing, is I would have a good time, because I'd be like, road trip.
It would be a road trip, and that's why I think you should do it, because me and Mitchell have free time to go do it, and nobody else can go.
Well, here's the thing. We spent the entirety of last lab trying to convince my TA to let us.
He's not budging.
This TA, man. He's...
Let's bring him on the pod.
Let's bring him. I guess he's got to be on the pod now. Oh
boy.
He's not my favoriteest of people, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That is okay. The eclipse... Hey, the weather's been beautiful lately.
I know.
Eclipses are
People
cool.
have been swimming in my pool.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you swam in your pool?
It's too cold.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's been getting, like, high 80s lately.
That water
Don't get
is
in your
still
pool.
too cold. I need the water to
Okay.
be at least in the 90 degrees before I can get into it.
Why?
It's cold.
Be cold. Get in the sun, girl.
You do it.
Okay. Done.
Plus,
I'll do it right now.
The pool here is like shaded most of the time.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And so then it's like you don't
Genuinely,
even have the sun.
I would jump in that pool right now.
I want to just go like lay out in the sun.
Okay.
Because it's like good weather for that.
It is good weather for that. You should do that.
Okay.
I've been wanting to do that. I just want to lay in the sun like a lizard.
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 Go full lizard.
Go like a lizard. Like a lizard,
Oh,
like a
gosh.
cat in the sun.
Oh gosh. Maybe we should film every episode at night.
Maybe we should.
I don't know what's happening.
Here's the thing. There's been multiple times where people have been like, "Oh, you like mentioned this on the podcast."
No, I did.
I don't know
The
what I said.
moment-
You could ask me anything about what I've said ever, and I could not tell
The
you.
moment we click record,
The moment words exit my mouth, I no longer know what I said.
do you know what you say before?
No!
So you just say it.
No, things just happen. I have no control over this.
I think that's fine.
It is fine. Don't ask me questions. I won't know. I won't know the answer to them.
Okay.
Don't ask me questions about anything ever. I'm just a girl.
She's just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
Anyway.
Well, those are my thoughts. Do you want to hear what I've been thinking about lately?
I do. I'd love to hear it.
I have to pee so bad.
Well-
It's like not even funny.
Erin.
I'm not okay. I have to pee so bad.
Do you need to take a pause?
No.
Okay.
I'm a trooper. I'm gonna tough it out.
Okay. Please don't pee in my chair.
I'll try.
You're gonna try to pee in my chair?
Oh no, I'm gonna try not to.
Okay.
What was I gonna say?
You had something?
I was gonna say something about someone.
What
Ugh.
they do.
Ah! I know what it was.
Well, tell me.
It was about Peter.
What'd he do?
I'll tell you what he did. Jesus was like, you're gonna deny me 3 times. And Peter was like, no,
Nah,
I'm with you to the end. I would die for you. I would never do that. And then he, immediately after, that's what he did. And then, here's the thing. When I was thinking about this earlier this week, it was a lot more poignant, and it was a lot more verbose. I don't know if either of those words mean what I think they mean.
We are not a big words podcast.
Big Words Podcast. Ah!
Stop trying to make us a big words podcast.
Sometimes it's good to other words.
Okay, back to Peter.
The wordle the other day was frond. Do you know what a frond is?
Can I guess? Do you know what it is?
I know what a frond is, but I was with like several people who and they were all helping me do the wordle.
Can I guess what a frond is?
And none of them knew what a frond is, but I knew what a frond was. What do you think it is?
A frond is some sort of kitchen utensil.
No.
What is it?
You have one more guess.
Oh, it's a species. It's a lizard that doesn't have a long tail and looks like a frog, but it's a lizard.
I love that. That should be a frond, but a frond is a leaf. Like a fern.
Okay, back to Peter.
Back to Peter. Peter didn't know about fronds. Maybe he did.
I bet he did.
Maybe he did. I don't know. Who am I to say? Anyway, then he denies Jesus 3 times, and then Jesus dies on the cross, and then he is resurrected. Hallelujah. And then he appears again to the disciples, and then he talks to Peter, and he asks him if he loves him 3 different times, and he says, and also just, I'm going to read this whole section.
Go for it.
It goes crazy. This is John chapter 21, starting verse 15. When they had eaten breakfast, Jesus asked Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," he said to them. "You know that I love you. Feed my lambs," he told them. A second time he asked him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" "Yes, Lord," he said to him. "You know that I love you. Shepherd my sheep," he told him. He asked him a third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved that he asked him a third time. "Do you love me?" He said, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." "Feed my sheep," Jesus said. "Truly I tell you, when you were younger, you would tie your belt and walk wherever you wanted. But when you grow old, you will stretch your hand and someone else will tie you and carry you to where you want to go." He said this to indicate what kind of death Peter would glorify God. After this, he told him, "Follow me." And then I cry.
And then you cried? Why'd you cry?
Because it's awesome. He said, "Follow me." Again, and it's like full circle.
Yeah.
And I cried because look at it.
You have to have more than just because.
I don't feel like being articulate.
When you first were saying that Peter, Jesus was like, "Hey, you're going to deny me." And then Peter was like, "No, I'm not." And then he turned around and did it immediately.
Yeah.
It made me think, me and Mitchell have been watching a lot of Survivor recently.
Ooh, I want to start watching Survivor.
It's so good. They be betraying people.
Yeah.
Back to back. But then at the same time, it's like Peter is not like the people at Survivor because like they're trying to win this money and like win the game. And so they're like betraying some of their closest friends and like stabbing them in the back, but then they do still love them. You know? And like ultimately that's the choice that they made, was to betray them, to try to win. Which like for Peter, he wasn't trying to win, he was just scared.
Yeah.
And but I do like that I do love the like just the intentional side of Jesus in that story of like, he said, "Hey, you're going to deny me." And then Peter did 3 times. So then I felt like it's like Jesus almost in a way redeems that by asking him, "Do you love me?" 3 times. And I can just see Peter being like, "Lord, you," like being like almost like an angsty teenager being like, "Lord, you know that I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me this?" And like,
especially when we said like, "You know everything. You know that I love you."
Yeah.
I don't know, something about that. It gets me.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we were talking about this in Bible study this week, and one thing they were talking about is like, why did Jesus tell him in the first place that he was going to deny him?
Yeah.
You know, and we were kind of talking about how like it showed that like Jesus knew that Peter was going to betray him, and he died on the cross like in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all that stuff. There's more eloquent points of describing it.
Yeah. We're not eloquent.
It gets me.
Yeah.
It gets me emotional. Pretty much any story about Peter makes me emotional.
You like Peter?
Yeah. Makes me emotional.
Do you watch The Chosen?
What can I say?
Do you like him in The Chosen?
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's great. Love The Chosen. I'm not caught up on it. I haven't seen it in a while.
I watched like through season 3 with my family, but then Mitchell hasn't seen like any of it, so we're rewatching it together.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched any of like the recent stuff.
I don't even know what season they're on.
4.
I don't think I've finished 3. I think I've seen part of 3.
I think I've seen like all but like the very ending of 3.
Yeah. But yeah. Love Peter in that.
Yeah. I like Peter. I like
For
Peter
sure.
in the story of that because it just like is a constant reminder of like God choosing the ordinary.
Yeah.
And like choosing the people that are going to deny him and betray him, and you know, like all of those, like even his own disciples, the people he was the closest to on this earth, were still messed up, and like people who wrote parts of the Bible and like helped start the early churches, and you know, like they are still so messed up and deny Jesus in that moment.
Yeah.
And yet Jesus is still intentional to come back and be like, do you love me?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like Peter.
I like Peter a lot. Also, another thing that Peter did that I've been thinking about is when he cut that guy's ear off when they arrested Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Gethsemane. And he cut that guy's ear off, and Jesus was like, "Don't do that."
And then he just said, "Gorilla glue."
And then she's like, "Gorilla glue."
Glued it back on.
Yeah. Put that thing back on.
I know. He's feisty. He got a feisty side in him.
And then, but like
the craziness to come from being like, I'm going to cut somebody's ear off and kill somebody for Jesus to, oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He seems like a very heat of the moment guy.
Yeah, like he just has like a lot of passion, and he seems like he just has like a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to say like lack of control, but I feel like he just is like the type of guy to be like impulsive.
He does seem like an impulsive guy, I think. And also another, this is like, just further off topic, but another thing is that when he cut that guy's ear off, the reaction that Jesus, maybe I can find it quickly, the reaction that Jesus has is very, very, very similar to earlier at some point when Jesus is, basically what happened at some earlier point is Jesus was like, we're going to Jerusalem. And then Peter was like, we should not go to Jerusalem, they'll kill you there. And then Jesus was like, he said, away from me, Satan. And like something else, but it was like very, very similar reactions, which is crazy to me because I'm like, this seems like such an extreme reaction because, like, you know, obviously Peter shouldn't have done those things, but it seems like such an extreme reaction. This is like way off topic. It's like a whole separate point.
It's okay,
but like basically what Peter was doing in both of those instances is he was trying to like take control of the situation. He was trying to be like, I can like. This is what I think needs to happen, and I can control the situation and all that stuff. And it's not up to him.
Yeah, I feel like in, like, what you see a lot in Peter is just, like, he has these extreme faith moments, but then he has these extreme hesitation moments. I wouldn't say doubts, but extreme hesitation moments in his story with Jesus.
Yeah. Like,
even, like, when he walks on water with Jesus, like, he has this extreme faith to walk on water, and then in that same moment has, like, extreme doubt, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Peter, I just feel like what's cool about Peter's stories and just, like, his moments with Jesus and just his life in general is I feel like he doesn't strike me as like a level-headed mellow guy. Like he's either all in or he's like very questioning and skeptical of it.
Yeah.
And like that's what I like about Peter because it's so human, you know, like
yeah.
I'm not going to say Peter, I believe, had full doubts, but I definitely think he had a lot of hesitations in Jesus. And, like, you see that played out really well in The Chosen, like, just his character in that of, like, he's constantly like, why are we doing this? Why are we going here? How long are we going to be here? What's happening with this? Like, he's constantly asking a million jillion questions. And I just like that human side of it that, like, it almost makes me think of, like, a dad and, like, their little son. How this kid is like constantly like, oh my gosh, dad, like, oh my gosh, what's happening here?
Like, why would we do that?
Yeah, like why? Why would we do that? Or why is that happening?
You're like, yes.
And Jesus is just so sweet to be like, hey, come on, keep following me.
Yeah.
So I do like Peter's stories a lot.
Yeah. And that's what he says to him at the end. He says, follow me.
I know.
And then it's the very end of the chapter. It's the very end of the book of John. And then John says, if we were to write down everything Jesus did, there would not be enough pages to do it.
Yeah.
And then I cry again.
And then I cry again. Well, on that note.
Yeah.
I think we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.